Salam alaikum, alaikum sala, que Ensambi la hokutare a todo. I pray that Ensambi and Pungo blesses you guys all today. I wanted to hit a quick subject this morning. And this is a subject that I had in mind for a little while already, but I didn't want to bring it out. I wanted to wait a little bit on bringing this subject out. Okay. If you hear any background noise, I'm sorry, I'm on the highway, so you know how it is, it gets noisy. So I'll speak a little louder. The subject is brothers and sisters who are initiated in a munanso, and for some reason or other, they not in that munanso anymore. Let's give some reasons. One, it could be that you disrespected the house in some form or some way where you got kicked out. Two, it could be that you respected the elder some way, somehow you got kicked out. Three, you got initiated, but now you can't get in contact with the elder. You call, you can't get in contact with the elder. So, you know, you don't have a house. You don't have a spiritual house. You know, you lost. After you got initiated, that's it. You know, nothing else happened and you stuck, in other words. Let me see what else could be a possibility. You got initiated in a place where is very far from where you live at. You know, that you lived in another state and you had to take a flight, maybe to Florida or somewhere, New York or something. You got initiated and you can't be there. You know, you can't keep taking flights every month or every 2 weeks to go learn, because you got initiated somewhere far that's not close to you. What can I say? You know, these type of things. All right, now you're looking for a munanso. This is where it gets complicated, because now 95, I'm gonna say 90 to 95% of the spiritual houses are not gonna take you in because you're initiated in another place, in another enzo, and they don't know how was your initiation done. You know, some elders won't even go to the prenda and put you in front of it and ask if your initiation is done correctly, if you are recognized in Kuempemba. You know what I'm saying? If the spiritual realm recognizes you, you know, some of them won't do that. Because it's not only about the initiation that you got done from the other enzo, it's also could be that they are from a different rama, a different lineage. So your lineage is different than their lineage, wherever you got initiated from. Then some will take you in front of the prenda and ask the nganga if you are, you know, if your initiation is recognized. And if it is, some, not all, but some will just take you in without nothing. What they call that, te dan sombra. They're giving you shadow, meaning they're adopting you, you know, into the house, almost like an adoption. They will do that. Some might do a small initiation, something small, maybe a half hour, the most it'll take. And there might be a, you know, some scratching or something. Okay? But not the whole procedure like when you first got it done. Some. But a lot of elders or tatas or yas don't like taking people that've been initiated in other places, also because if you have learned anything from the other place, that's in your mind, that's recorded. So now when you start seeing something differently done in a different Enzo, you start questioning it, not understanding and remembering that this is not the same Rama you came from. They do stuff here differently than where you got stuff done or seen done. You understand? So sometimes that brings conflict and confusion, and that's the least that elders want to have. You being in that state of mind, with the confusion. Now, a lot of them would just want to read if they see that you are. I mean, if they are serious elders, talking about serious elders, respectable elders that just don't want anybody in their house. They don't want, criminals. They don't want rapists. They don't want woman beaters. They don't want drug dealers. They don't want people of this type. They want to have an Enzo in the house where the people that are going, for whatever reason, are people that are halfway decent. You understand? Because, like I always say in the videos, when you get initiated in a house, you're getting initiated into a lineage, and the lineage, if it has a certain prestige, meaning that it's recognized for so long, for so many years, by elders, and as it goes down, people don't want to mess up that, mess up their lineages. They don't want to bring down their elders, initiating people that are not going to uphold the community. And when I say community, it's the elders, all the brothers and sisters, all the elders, the whole line where it came from and everything. So they just don't want to scratch anybody like that. And I don't blame them. I'm one that I wouldn't want to initiate people like that either, because I don't want to taint the line that I'm coming from or that I came from. Especially if they're good tatas and you was taught morals and codes and all that, and no, you can't. It's not easy for a tata just to initiate anybody. Oh yeah, that's a whole bunch out there. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Yeah, there's a whole bunch. They'll charge you money and initiate you. They initiate anybody, no matter sex, creed, whatever, initiate you. But the majority of the time, those are not going to teach you nothing. You're probably not even getting in contact with them much. And if you do, all you're going to do is start receiving things just for you could get, they could keep making money off of you. You understand? Then there's another situation. Not only did you leave or got thrown out or whatever happened in the other Enzo, now you're looking for a shadow for some other house to take you in, to adopt you. But now let's say you received, let's say a Lucero en Cuyo. And I'm not even going to go about receiving a prenda. Forget about that. Because that will have to be checked. And they don't want to go through this hassle doing all that, because the prenda comes from a different lineage, just like the Lucero is coming from a different lineage. So you'll have some tatas and yayas. They will check. If they taking you in, they'll ask you to bring your Lucero, and in the spiritual house, they'll put your Lucero down and they'll divinate, ask, the muertos, if that Lucero walks. It could have things in it, but they want to make sure that Lucero cuenta, that Lucero walks, that Lucero is done right. And then some of them will take it and be like, okay, well, this is fine, no problem. Or if something is wrong with it, they'll take it apart and redo it to their lineage, to how, not only the lineage, but doing the right tratados, you understand? Doing the things that they have to do to make it, be correct. See, that's a problem, because now they got to deal with something that wasn't there either. Then you'll have some tata say, dale camino, take it to the country, dig it, bury it, do something with it. Then you'll get some that'll tell you, Keep it out of respect. Don't throw it away. But you're gonna have to receive a lucero and cuyo from my house, my line. You understand? And this is where people get confused, or people they don't want to repay again. They don't want to redo this. They don't want to redo that. But you gotta understand that a lot of tatas that are not trusting people out there because they know there's so many scams and gimmicks going on that they don't even want to keep on. They don't want to take chances. You understand? And I'm saying that's if you're lucky and you find a house, because like I said, 95% then they won't take you in as being adopted, and the majority of the time most of the time you'll end up getting reinitiated. I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong. It's all to the Mfumbe discretion. The Mfumbe really says, if he's recognized, then like I said, they could do a little ceremony that might consist with a little scratching, but now you'll be initiated into that house. You won't go through the whole ceremony. Then some just take you in, and that's it. They give you shadow. They adopt you. They do a little thing with the, talking with the Mfumba and stuff like that, but it's not that profound. Not that big of a ceremony. And others, well, like I said, they won't deal with it. Some of them will just tell you, no, I don't take nobody in. I don't take anybody in like that. Because they don't know what habits you already have learned from another munanso, and what things that they don't want to create conflict. And they don't want to confuse you, and they also don't want to go through the headache of trying to break what you learned from the other munanso out of you. They got to try to break that off of you, for you to let it go, for you can start fresh again, like if you never saw anything or see anything. And it's complicated, because I'll tell you the truth. I have when I first got initiated in, we'll say early 2004 to 2006, and I got initiated, right? And after 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, I got reinitiated. I had to go to another house because my things were done incorrectly. The tata that all respect to him, he's not here with us. He's already in Fuiri Campo Finda. And I don't have anything bad to say about him. It's just that he was more he was a santero, Chango, hijo de Chango, son of Chango, and he knew more about santeria than Palo, So but he had a couple of ngangas, I think like two, and one of them was a Sitejayo, and I received my caldero, got scratched, then got re-scratched as tata, and then received my caldero, I received a Sitejayo, which was done incorrectly, because as soon as I received all that stuff, my life went to worse. It was a long time. It was a long time. It took me years. I want to tell you, it took like a good, I want to say, to get really, really back on my feet, it took me about a good 5 years. After 2 years, things started to like slowly, slowly, but about a good 5 years, I'm going to say it took me to get back on my feet. Because you got to remember, you know, what we always speak about. When you do things that are incorrect and do wrong, this stuff ruins your life, ruins your I can't even say no more, but it ruins a lot in your life, you know. It ruins things that you would think that it wouldn't do it, but it does. You know, your stability changes physically, emotionally, financially. Everything starts going down the drain. You don't find work, cars break down, you get sick, problems with people, you know, fights with your spouse, miscommunications, a lot of these things, you know. So you guys got to be careful. That's the reason why I make these videos and I try to explain. Find a good place, take your time, feel the tata out. He's gonna feel you out. Check both of you guys' spirits to see if because there's some people that clash. You know, it doesn't matter. You want to get scratched in a munanso, and they're gonna take you in, but you might clash with that tata. That tata might clash with you. You know, you guys might be of a different type of being. You know, and it could bring problems in the long run. Okay, you got scratched then, everything is fine, but then y'all clashing. You know, because of the certain spirituality or something that clashes with each other, and that happens. You know, you start clashing with some of the brothers and some of the sisters, you know, and for any little stupid thing, you know, like any dumb thing that you would look at and be like, oh, that's stupid, but you start clashing. So, you know, for all those who are seeking another munanso, you know, I hope that you find one, but keep that in mind. You know, if the tata takes you in and asks his prenda, if you are recognized in Kuempemba, if you are recognized by the spiritual realm, then, you know, then at least you got that yes, that your initiation at least was recognized, you know. But if you have to go through a small little ceremony to be a part of that enzo, be a part of that kanda, then, you know, just go through it and hopefully, you know, this will be the place where you stay and you don't have to keep going, for you could keep learning and progressing. If you don't find a place like that and they want to reinitiate you, then it's up to you what you want to do. You know, I would, if it's a place like that that's not going to recognize me, it's not even going to ask the nganga, right? Then I'm already initiated as an ngeyu. I will get to know the tata, try to talk to him as much as I can, feel each other out. If I feel as though that this tata is going to be one that's going to, you know, uphold this tradition and that he's going to teach me, you know, little by little, in his pace, you know, it's crawling, it's not a marathon, little by little, then I'd rather go through the initiation because I know that at least I found somebody that's going to teach me. And I'm going to try to find somebody close. I always say this, always. Try to find somebody that's not too far from you, for you could be able to be around, for you could participate, for you could help, for you could be part of the community, man. This is what it's all about. You know what I mean? Your tata is going to do another scratching. They like to call the, you know, some of the if not all, they like to call some of the initiates, you know, the godchildren. You know, and if you one of them, it's better because you get to participate, you get to experiment, you get to feel, you get to see what's going on, and you also that's another word I'm trying to find. You get to go through that process. You know, oh, this is what happened to me when I got initiated. Oh wow, look at this, you know, because everybody gets initiated almost the same, but little things change here and then, maybe on songs, maybe on a certain thing that happens to that person at that moment. You know, there's a couple of things that could be happening. But other than that, brothers, you know, I wanted to make this short video just to give you that understanding. You know, it's very hard when you leave a house or when they throw you out to find another place that would actually take you in. It's very difficult, but it's not impossible. So with patience and perseverance, you'll get far. Have a great day. Salam alaikum. Maleko and Sala, and Zambia Kutare, all you guys.